What's going on, guys? My name's Isaac, and today we're going to be talking about what to look for when purchasing your very first guitar. In this video, I'll be giving my thoughts and opinions on what to look for when purchasing your first guitar. I've gathered this information also online and just simply from my experience when I was looking for my first guitar. Even though I was just in middle school, asking my parents for a guitar. I'm sure a lot of you, if for a lot of the younger viewers, looking to get your first guitar, trying to see what it is that you think you could get, especially with the budget, whether your parents get it for you, whether you are old enough to have a job and you start saving for it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about 3 basic pointers that I've started with when looking to get your first guitar. Number 1, what type of music do you want to play? I know this seems really straightforward, but it's a legitimate question you should ask yourself, especially if you're going to throw down even a couple $100 on a guitar. So what type of music do you want to play? Do you want to play pop music, country music, soft rock, all the way to death metal music? This question that you can ask yourself will really help start to guide you into which guitar you'd want to get, whether you'd want an acoustic guitar, an electric guitar, a nylon string classical guitar. If you plan on primarily playing rock music, then you may want an electric guitar. But this leads me to my second point, is how you plan to interpret the music you want to play. Do you plan to play the songs note per note, or do you just want to do acoustic covers of Journey songs, right? You could easily get an acoustic guitar and play Don't Stop Believin' by learning the chords on there and not learning the electric guitar part note by note. Also, if you want to do, as an example, Iron Maiden covers, and you want to just do your own interpretation of them, like doing classical guitar versions of Iron Maiden songs, which there's plenty of videos on YouTube like that. Tip number 3, what are your overall musical goals? I want to tie this in with who are your influences, right? So if your main influence is Zakk Wylde and you want to play like him, would I say, yeah, go ahead and get an electric guitar. Get something that inspires you to want to play like Zakk Wylde. Or if you want to see it just as, hey, to play his music, whatever it is that's going to inspire you, whether you're trying to learn Zakk Wylde solos, Zakk Wylde's riffs, or Randy Rhoads style riffs. I mean, do or get something that's going to inspire you to do exactly that. Before we continue, let's talk about the different types of guitars you can get. As a beginner, you may already have an idea of the different types of guitars there are, like an acoustic guitar and electric guitar, right? I also want to add the classical guitar. The classical guitar, yes, is an acoustic instrument, but the difference with this, it has nylon strings versus an acoustic guitar, which has typically steel strings. The benefits to both of these guitars is that they're portable, they're generally very lightweight, and you pretty much take it anywhere. So if you plan on playing at coffee shops, hey, a classical guitar, a steel string acoustic guitar can be a great guitar for you. The downside to these instruments is that you typically don't use a lot of effects with them, so maybe your effects would be very limited. I know people sometimes plug in acoustic guitars, and when it's acoustic, there's a lot of guitars these days that are acoustic electric that have the input jack to plug into an amplifier, and they add effects that way. Typically, acoustic guitars are just mic'd up, maybe to like a PA system, or simply plugged into an acoustic amplifier. The electric guitar is something that a lot of guitar beginners are drawn to. Why? Because, for some obvious reasons for myself is, hey, electric guitars are cool, all right? At least to me they are, and to a lot of other people, they come in all sorts of colors, shapes, and generally acoustic guitars, they generally still have the same shape, whereas electric guitars, you got X's, you got V's, you have the Les Paul style, you have the Strat style, and it can definitely be overwhelming. But you could tie this into, hey, who again, who am I being influenced by? I'm going to use the Zakk Wylde example again. If you're being influenced by Zakk Wylde, hey, maybe a Les Paul style body shape would work for you. But don't forget, guys, this leads me now next to another point. If you're a beginner and you have never taken a guitar lesson, never even held a guitar, hey, go to a guitar store and go ahead and just sit with a guitar. Find something that's in your budget and go ahead and just start playing it. Start playing just open strings. Try pressing down on the strings to start playing notes. Or what you could also do is, after you've just kind of tried noodling around with the guitar, seeing how comfortable it is, get one of the workers to play it for you. Maybe they can, just play some Nirvana riffs, some basic Metallica riffs, right? They could play it for you just so that way you get a general sound of what it sounds like from someone else playing it. Something else to ask yourself is, how well will this guitar, or does this guitar, stay in tune? As a beginner, maybe this question might not be super obvious to you, but it can be really discouraging. You're always trying to play your favorite songs or whatever it is you're trying to learn, and the guitar just keeps going out of tune, or the guitar's not staying, the guitar just simply isn't intonated, and you can't get it intonated right. Even maybe after taking it to a guitar tech, that could be really irritating and just not motivational at all to keep playing when you really think you're playing the right notes. You're trying your best to get your playing to sound how you want it to sound, and it's just not, because the instrument is holding you back. Don't get something where it's the instrument that's going to hold you back from your musical goals, guys. That could be really uninspiring, and you don't want to spend your money on something that, just simply isn't going to make you want to play. I touched on this next topic just a little bit earlier in this video, and that's the price range of the guitar. Now, guys, there's so many awesome guitars for sure, under $300 these days. You don't need to spend a whole lot of money, especially for your first guitar, guys. A lot of professional guitar players use inexpensive guitars. A lot of just gigging musicians use inexpensive guitars. Why? Because look, if they get stolen, well, hey, you're not out $2,000. You're not out even $1,000, $800. Maybe you might be out $200-$300, which still, kind of stinks. But hey, I take that over losing $3,000 on a Gibson Les Paul Standard, right? There's tons of great Amazon guitars these days, and there's tons of YouTube videos on how awesome today's Amazon guitars are. Long are the days, guys, where hey, you couldn't get that far with a $200 guitar. Electronics weren't great, the feel wasn't that great, guitars just didn't look that cool, the finishes. But hey, now guitar brands have really stepped up their game in making affordable guitars. I want to end with this, guys, and I also touched on this earlier in the video, but get the guitar that is inspiring to you, right? Yes, you can listen to other people's opinions on, don't get this brand, or no, they don't like this shape, so don't get this shape. You got to get the guitar that's going to inspire you to play. Play on a daily basis. Play when you can, right? Don't let anyone or the idea of something hold you back from what it is that you want to do, right? So I also want to say that if you're getting a Fender Strat just because your favorite artist uses one, but the moment you get it and you just simply don't like it, I'd say do not get it just because your favorite artist plays it, right? Yes, you might find a Fender down the road that you absolutely love, but hey, this is just an example, right? Don't get it if it's not inspiring, though. If you're playing it like, hey, Iron Maiden used Fenders and now I want to use Fender, but when I'm holding it, I don't like it, just don't get it. You got to get something that's right for you, right? Find the way to get a guitar that is both suiting for you and to play the music that you like, right? And guys, there's tons and tons and tons of options out there these days. All you got to do is look on Amazon. You can go to your local guitar shop. You can go to pawn shops. You can look at Sweetwater, Guitar Center. all these places, and there's just so many guitars these days, guys. I think that's gonna go ahead and do it all for this video, guys. Thank you all for checking out my video. I hope that if you're looking for your first guitar that you found this video helpful. Please, if you like the video, like, subscribe, leave a comment, guys. Also, if I left anything out, anything that you want me to add maybe in a future video, if I can remake this video, let me know, guys. I'm really looking for your all's input. And with that being said, guys, I hope to see you all later.